How's it going, people? Um, Johnston Blackhorse here, and welcome to the first edition of How to Art with Johnston Blackhorse. Uh, well, I'm going to be making these videos because it's a lot easier to make instructional videos than it is to write and draw a how to draw book, which I still plan to do, by the way, but right now I'll just utilize these videos as somewhat of a supplement to add to that. So, um, with this first how to art video, going to start off pretty basic. So all you'll need is a pencil, an eraser, if you tend to make a lot of mistakes, which a lot of us do, and just some paper. If you have some paper just lying around the house or your apartment, just utilize that. But I do highly recommend that you purchase a sketchbook. And if you want to learn how to draw and just get good at it, I recommend that you get somewhat of a small sized sketchbook so you can just take it with you wherever you want. And that's one of the ways I was able to um, get so good at drawing myself, is that I always had a sketchbook at hand. When I first started out, you never see me without a sketchbook of some sort. And in that way, whenever you feel some inspiration strike you, or if you're sitting in a waiting room at the doctor's office or a dental appointment, just being bored, you can always just whip out your sketchbook, start doodling, just sketching, or just whatever. And it, like any time of any spare time you can, to just like throw down a sketch or doodle, it'll just help you out, because it's just that much more practice to get under your belt. So, uh, yeah, purchase yourself a sketchbook and get yourself a pencil, eraser. But if you have any loose paper, like for now, I guess that'll do. So I guess let's get started. Now, for display purposes, I'll be utilizing a larger size sketchbook just so you can see what it is I'm drawing. And as you can see, I've already started sketching in this book, and I've been sketching in it for not too long, actually. This is just an old sketchbook I picked up that didn't have that many sketches in it, but as you can see, like, it's filled with like loose ideas, some anatomy and figure studies, and we'll get into that all eventually as time goes by. But for now, we'll just start off pretty basic and start with faces. Now here's a bunch of faces that I had already sketched earlier, and we'll just start with that. So to start a face, let's say, to begin you out or start you out practicing how to draw faces. That's one of the things, like, a lot of people tend to want to learn how to draw, is to draw faces and facial expressions. So go ahead and take a sheet of paper and just start filling it with circles, ovals, you know, just just a bunch of circles like that, because you're going to turn each one of these circles or ovals into a face, or perhaps a head. Now, on top of these faces, I want you to draw a vertical and horizontal line, like somewhat like that. Now, when you put this down, like the vertical line will show like which way the uh, character is going to be facing. So when you draw these lines, just imagine them like wrapping around this oblong spherical shape that you've put down. Like for each one of these circles, it's something you'll have to picture in your head, is just how each one of these lines will just wrap around like that. Now this is good for just practicing extreme angles of like where the face is going to be facing. So this one is just like somewhat of a quarter turn. Like it's not like just dead on like that. That would be pretty flat and just very straightforward. And it's good if you want to practice how to plot out your the facial features and how they fit on a head and such. But it's just so stale. And when you start out, you want to just more or less have fun with it. That's probably the key component when you're wanting to learn how to draw, is just you gotta put aside all the I guess stage fright or paranoia or fear of what other people may think about it, or what you might think about it. I mean, like if you're just starting out, like nothing has to be perfect. That's why, like, these are just sketches. You're just there for you to practice, and just gotta try not to care about what your doodles may look like to other people, just as long as you're having fun with it. Hmm. Okay, so we have all of our shapes with vertical and horizontal line on it. And so the vertical line, like I said before, like gives you an indication of where the head's going to be pointed, and the horizontal line indicates where the eyes are going to sit, as you can see there. And on the vertical line, sometimes I like to start with the nose just to get more of a fleshed out feel of what the face is going to look like. Now, as a kind of like a more or less a generalized rule, like the nose, where the tip of the nose sits, or the I guess maybe bottom of the nose sits. Here's the top of the nose, here's the tip of the nose, and the tip of the nose sits like right in between this horizontal line you've drawn and the bottom of the chin. So if you place the line right there and just have the nose just sit on that, it's more or less where it goes. And in between those two, just draw a little indicator for where the mouth goes. Sometimes you'll throw like little circles on the side of the head to indicate where the ears go. And there we have a very generic sketch of a dude's head. Yeah. So this is a very general sketch, just to give you a rough idea of where things are placed, how things sit. And with these other sketches, like just feel out like what kind of emotion you want to convey in each one of these doodles. And sometimes to get that, like I'll start with the eyebrows. Like this guy's got a very stern, like troubled, furrowed brow. Throw his eyes in there, like looking up at something. Definitely panicked about something. Giving him some clenched teeth. Maybe he's staring up at a disco ball. So he's panicking at the disco. Yeah, because maybe the disco ball is actually a bomb. There we go. Give him a little bit of hair, sideburns. Sorry, I'm not too practiced at talking as I draw. Usually I'm just drawing in my own head, and sometimes I'm often listening to music or listening to something on Netflix or Hulu just to keep my mind occupied and distracted as I concentrate on something very detail oriented. That sounds very counterproductive, but that's somewhat what I do. And okay, let's lay into this guy. Oh, what character should we give him? Let's give him some straight eyebrows to start off with. Little half circles under those eyebrows. And let's draw a line through those half circles. Bags under the eyes. Because this guy's a very tired individual. He's been up all night. This guy's been up all night sleeping. Very hard work to sleep all night. This guy gets so tuckered out by sleeping, he usually has to take a nap before he goes to bed. There we go. Now it's okay to make adjustments to the shape of the head, and as you saw me do when I threw down the lines for his jaw. You know, that's why we have erasers. Just clean up some of those sketch lines that you laid down before and throw in some more details. This guy looks like he might be at home with a mustache on his face. Let's give him a pompadour. Huge mutton chops too. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This is something you want to do in order to get a lot of practice. Just fill a whole page of what it is you're practicing on. And when I was in high school, I would fill pages upon pages with like facial features or hand studies and anatomy studies. It's just a constant practice, which helped me um, become somewhat of a talented artist. Now this guy here, is a stern working man. Works 9 to 5 all day, every day. Hardly gives himself time for the weekend. Very, very stiff individual. Doesn't go out much to parties. He's just all business. That's what he is. All right. Okay, we got a panicked face, a tired face, a serious face. Let's switch things up and let's make something happy. Happy. Let's see. Yeah, that's a happy face. Wonder what this douchebag is so happy about. Maybe he just got a raise. Job he just works at. He's only been there for about a week. Gets promoted to assistant manager. You're a fucking douche. Look at this guy. All he does is make FaceTime with the boss. Goes golfing. And gets promoted above everyone else who's been working there. Just because of this stupid smile. Okay. Okay, this guy's happy, but I resent him a lot. He's not an actual dude. No, this is just, I'm just poking fun. So we drew a happy face. Now it's, I guess besides that, we'll draw something sinister. I'm gonna adjust this head here. That's why we have erasers, just so we can make adjustments as we go. Now, since this guy's gonna be sinister, let's start off with some angry eyebrows. Wide open eyes. Looking off to the side here. Let's bring the bottom eyelids up a bit. Because if he's going to be sinister, he's got to have a sinister smile. Look at this. Look at this dude. He's up to something. Don't know what it is. This guy's definitely a handful of trouble. Yeah, causes mischief wherever he goes. I don't know what this guy's scheming, but he's scheming something. That's a face only a mother would trust. Right before he steals a VCR. Yeah, there we go. Give him some of a greasy hairstyle. Black hair. Definitely has to have black hair. Now, for a lot of you guys who are new to drawing, let's see. Some of you might think like these just simple random doodles I'm doing might be way out of your league, but don't feel don't feel like that at all, because we all had to start somewhere. And believe me, if I could dig up some of my old sketchbooks, yeah. I know of a sketchbook that I just want to throw away. I just want to get rid of it, destroy it, burn it, or whatever. But my mom won't let me. I think she has it, in fact. But it was only like a few years ago that I had looked through it, and just I was so embarrassed with my um, first beginnings of learning how to draw. But yeah, it was like I was saying, like we all start somewhere, and if I could just dig up that sketchbook and show you guys, like it would show you that everyone can learn how to draw. It doesn't take too much talent. It just takes dedication, practice, and like I said earlier, it's something you gotta love. If you gotta love it, and you gotta have fun with it. And if you're not having fun with it, like just what's the point? It's something you gotta enjoy doing it. You gotta be at play, because whenever I'm sketching or doodling, I'm always just having having fun, just creating. So just to show, like everything doesn't have to these might seem pretty technical, only because I put a lot of practice and a lot of study in how the facial features work and all that jazz. But it doesn't have to be all that complicated. So let's tone the details down a bit. So for this guy, just kind of I'll keep it pretty simple. Give him somewhat of a smug look, smug character. Yeah, this guy's the shit, and he knows it. So as you can see, that didn't take too long at all. Just takes a lot of practice to get here, but like if you're just wanting to have fun with it and just just mess around, like things don't have to be too detailed. And let's see. with this guy and just gave him a really worried look. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. Kept it very quick and to the point. And the only reason I was able to draw this so fast is because, like I said, it just takes a lot of practice, and you just got to constantly keep filling pages with a bunch of like figure studies, eye studies, and like I said earlier, like when I was in high school, I would fill pages upon pages. Like if I could dig up all those loose sketches again, I know I might still have them somewhere, but I have pages full of ears, pages full of eyes and eyebrows, pages just of noses, maybe pages of mouths, like in different expressions, like smiling, frowning, kissy faces, things like that, and pages just filled with hand studies, foot studies, figure studies, and it's something you just gotta. If you want to get good at it, you gotta put in the time to just practice it. And if it's something you really want to do, and just something you just want to get good at, you gotta make time for it. And all of us like have at least a few moments in a day to where you can just sit down, relax, and do a few doodles. Maybe you can start doodling on post-it notes. I got a page or two dedicated to like just drawing on post-it notes. I used to just buy post-it stacks of post-its just so I could just do doodles, post-it doodles during my breaks or during lunch. But if it's something you really want in your life, then you make time for it. And finding time to just crank out a quick doodle or sketch in a day, it's not that difficult. As you can see, like I did like a bunch of doodles just within a matter of minutes, and I did these doodles like earlier today, just to warm up, and just to put in my practice. And there you go. There's just a face or page full of faces, and if I can do it, you can do it, and it's just that simple. So I hope you were able to pull something away from this video. Me myself, like I'm a visual learner, and hopefully, like if you're wanting to be an artist, maybe like you can be a visual learner as well. For and if that's the case, I'm hoping for those people who are, like, you were able to pull away something from this quick like how to art session. So take what you can from it and start venturing out into the world. Get yourself a sketchbook and start drawing, like drawing wherever, like just drawing at a restaurant or a bar, on your coffee breaks, or just at home when you're watching one of your favorite TV shows. Just pull out your sketchbook and do a quick doodle. And it doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. Like I said, like each quick doodle just helps build that muscle memory. And talking about muscle memory, like if you want to get good at drawing, you have to practice every day. And artistic skill is just more or less like um, building your muscles. It's something that can like deteriorate if you don't do it constantly. So if you want to get good at it, you gotta practice every day. Do your sets and reps in the form of pages and upon pages of sketches and doodles. So I guess I'll just leave you with that, and hopefully, like if you want to draw and you just draw, and I hope you were able to enjoy this video and learn something from it. And I'm planning on making more later. If you like this video, leave a comment, and maybe if you want to suggest something that I draw in the future, you may do so. And see if I can get around to it. Oh my God, I'm so lazy. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.